In this video, I 100% Minecraft. Let me explain. In my previous video, I obtained the platinum trophy for Minecraft, and at the end of the video, I said this. Anyway, time to tackle this 35%. So in today's video, I'm going to clean up that 100% to make my trophy list look absolutely beautiful. These trophies were so much more annoying than the platinum itself. I had to AFK for days on end. I had to get every smithing template. I had to get every frog light. Okay, now that one doesn't sound as bad, but trust me, you'll never want to think about frog lights ever again. This 100% took me days to get, so just please subscribe. Now, there are 19 expansion packs, each one containing a list of trophies either related to a previous Minecraft update or just the most random trophies ever. So I decided the easiest way to approach this is to go down the list and tackle each expansion pack in order. But first, before even touching any expansion packs, I wanted to prepare for this trophy list. There were three main things that were going to speed up the process of getting these trophies. Those being an elytra, finally getting a shovel. Who needs a diamond shovel at this point? And making an iron farm. I'll explain my reasonings as we go. So I began working towards these three objectives. Okay, so I started off by getting an elytra. I made sure to pick up some books for my elytra from villagers. I made some fireworks so I would be able to quickly leave the end cities. And then I was off to the end. I just kind of sent it down this hole. And yeah, I jumped in the portal. I made my way to one of the end gateways. I jumped straight through, which actually got me the trophy Beam Me Up. Once I spawned in, I saw two end cities directly next to me. I must have had god tier luck today because I don't know how that's happened. Anyway, so I made my way to one of the ships and I climbed up. I took that shulker route like it was nothing, grabbed the elytra and then instantly put some enchantments on it. This is so it doesn't break while I'm flying. I made sure to get the other ship that was right next to me as well. You can never go wrong with two elytras. I then just raided for a little bit, you know, usual Minecraft stuff, raiding random people's homes. And then I was off straight back home, so consider that objective 1 complete. I forgot to mention, while I was in the end city, I found an absolute beast of a shovel. So I guess that's objective 2 complete as well. Absolutely flying through this. It was then on to objective 3, which was to make an iron farm. Now, I'm no Minecraft expert when it comes to mechanics. There's no way I'm learning all the intricate spawn layers and everything that goes on when making a farm. I'm just an idiot who tries to get trophies. So I'm using this farm design from Silent Whisperer. He definitely has the best bedrock farm designs. So I gathered all the materials and then it was time to start. As you can see, I look like a robot building this. I just started placing things and literally followed the tutorial to a T. Like I say, I'm no expert, but one thing I do know is how to follow a tutorial. I made sure to make a rail system going from my villages to the iron farm. If you didn't know, iron farms need up to like 20 villagers, so this was going to be a pain. I got my main villager in there. This guy essentially controls the entire farm. I then got like 20 other villagers all in this one little hole. I never said I was pro villager safety, so don't judge me. And then I examined my masterpiece. As soon as I saw that iron flowing in, I knew I was insane. So I just spruced up the place a little bit. Spruce. And then that was objective 3 complete. So now it was time to start the expansion packs. However, I'm going to leave the first expansion pack for last, which you'll find out why at the end of the video. So I guess the first expansion pack I would go for is... wait a second. Expansion pack 3? That's right. In the old Minecraft PS4 version, there were some expansion packs that had literally unobtainable trophies. So luckily for this PS5 remastered version, they actually removed them. Thank gods. So if the list is a little bit weird, you understand why now. Anyway, on to expansion pack 3. Every expansion pack, I'll make sure to flash an image of all of them on the screen, just in case you were wondering. Anyway, so the first one I went for was the trophy Supersonic, which was to use an elytra to fly through a 1x1 gap. Sounds pretty easy, but it was quite finicky for me. I built a ton of different 1x1 tunnels, until eventually this one worked, randomly broke my legs in the process. Next, I was going for the trophy Dry Spell. This one is to get a sponge. I really didn't want to pop any trophies in any other expansion packs, so I made sure not to kill an Elder Guardian, which would be a trophy later on. Instead, I searched for a sponge room. I appeared to have used up all my luck with those end cities, because I searched up to 5 ocean monuments without finding a sponge room. Apparently these things have like a 90% spawn rate, so I don't know what was going on. I did eventually find one, and once I smelted it, I got the trophy. I also just thought this was really strange. Why are you looking at me like that? They then single filed out of line like it's a goddamn prison. You guys are making me look bad. Anyway, next was the trophy for respawning the Ender Dragon. I gathered some ghast tears, made the Ender crystals, went back to the end, and yeah, I respawned it. Didn't take me too long to kill it, to be honest. The Ender Dragon might be one of the easiest bosses in any video game. I can only imagine if the creators of Elden Ring made the Ender Dragon. Rest in peace to all Minecraft players. Anyway, I was now onto expansion pack 4. I started with the really annoying trophy Free Diver, which forces you to stay underwater for 2 minutes. After getting more blaze rods, I was able to make a potion of water breathing. Then I literally just sat in some water. Such entertaining content. And boom, there's the trophy. I then smelted something using a lava bucket for the trophy Super Fuel. It was time for one of the first annoying trophies. It's called Map Room, and essentially you have to get a 9x9 grid full of maps. Essentially the grid looks like this, and you got to fill it up with maps. Maps are really annoying because you have to fill in all the spaces by just running around. This is why I needed the elytra, because it would make trophies like these way easier. Anyway, 30 minutes later, after filling out all these maps, I got the trophy. I thought this trophy was interesting. I poisoned a witch with poison to get the trophy Taste of Your Own Medicine. Witches be bitch. I went for the trophy Camouflage next. You just need to wear a mob head and then kill that same mob with it. I just did this by getting a wither skeleton head because that was the easiest one. I know, it's boring, but I was not waiting for a lightning storm. I did forget to mention at the start of this video, there are some trophies that I already obtained during my platinum run. I'll put all the clips on screen now real quick. Anyway, if you see any trophies that aren't obtaining in these expansion packs, that's why. Okay, so after that, we're now onto expansion pack 6. I immediately went for the trophy The Deep End. All I had to do was kill an Elder Guardian, which, I mean, pretty easy. Next, it was time to go back to the end. I was going for the trophy where I had to levitate up 50 blocks by a shulker's bullet. It's pretty easy if you just use the elytra to boost yourself up the rest of the blocks. There we go, great view from up here. Throughout this video, I would be exploring a lot, and I wasn't about to go and search for 4 hours just to get what I needed. So I used a program called Chunkbase, which essentially just lets you look up structures. You put in your seed and then it gives you the coordinates, so you're not searching for 4 hours. The reason I bring this up is the next trophy I was going for was to kill an evoker. Now, I could have spawned in a raid, but that would be a trophy later on, and that's against my rules. So yeah, I found a woodland merchant and got the trophy Feeling Ill. With that evoker's totem of undying, I shot up into the sky and freefalled. No, this wasn't just to break my own legs, it was to get this trophy. Cheating death. I had to get Frostwalker for the next trophy, and my god. It's like these villagers are being held captive or something because they just didn't want to give me the books. I don't know where they could have got that idea from. Anyway, he finally gave me Frostwalker and I was able to walk on ice, which got me with this stupid trophy. We're continuing the theme with the weird trophies here. The last one for this expansion pack forced me to get 5 llamas in my little caravan. And by that, they just mean lead them. So after searching for like 25 minutes, I finally found all the llamas and there was the trophy. That's probably the worst expansion pack so far, but trust me, it gets way worse later on. Alright, on to expansion pack 7. First, I just had to smelt something with a dry kelp block. Next, I had to make a conduit. This expansion pack largely focuses on the ocean update that got introduced. So yeah, I had to make a conduit, which essentially just uses nautilus shells and prismarine brick. After constructing my masterpiece, I got the trophy yeah, we're just not even gonna try. Continuing the theme with the ocean update, I had to literally stay underwater for a full Minecraft day. I don't know what's with Minecraft and introducing these whack AFK trophies, but yeah, it finally popped, so Jesus. I then got a trophy for getting a dolphin to lead me to treasure. Compared to any other game, Minecraft has the most whack trophies. I then had to go find some sea pickles, and I just placed them in a little formation to get 1 pickle, 2 pickles, sea pickle, 4. Just don't even ask. Alright, on to expansion pack 8. This one largely continues the ocean theme. There was one more trophy in that other pack that I didn't obtain. You might notice I'm eating kelp as my food source. This is because you have to eat kelp for 3 Minecraft days straight, but the trophy took me a couple hours to pop for some reason, so just know that trophy will come up eventually. So we're just going to move on to the next expansion pack. This first trophy was for reaching the top of the world. I made a ton of scaffolding and then I just placed it all down on top of a hill. After getting the trophy, I just had the masculine urge to climb it. This is just a thing that everyone has to do. And then I just stared off into the sunset. After taking in that gorgeous view, I moved on. I put Riptide on the trident, which allowed me to get the trophy Do a Barrel Roll. I picked up the fish with a bucket and got another trophy. trophy. After letting a cat sleep in my bed, it got me this random trophy. And then I bred 2 pandas. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the ocean theme with these last 2 trophies. Anyway, on to expansion pack 9. I renamed a shulker box to something you guys should definitely be doing right now. That got me the trophy Organizational Wizard. I then went off to go find an ancient city. This was because I needed a golden apple, and ancient cities usually have the highest chance of getting one. I accidentally got a trophy that I didn't know about. It's for just sneaking around these weird skulk blocks. I did finally find a golden apple after being way too scared to jump down. I tried to find another one, as you can see here, just looting all these chests, but then I was straight out of there. I can't deal with the warden, honestly. Literally a horror movie. I made a banner pattern using that golden apple. Such an incredible use for this rare item. Once crafting a banner with it, I got this stupid trophy. On to another stupid trophy. After ridding the entire ocean of fish, I went for the trophy where you had to tame 20 stray cats. This took so long of just sitting at the iron farm and letting cats spawn. I'm not gonna say where the cats went after I tamed them. We're just gonna pop this trophy and move on. Finally, after just literally sitting here, got the trophy for eating kelp. I got this random ass trophy for sailing the 7 seas, as they say. It was literally just exploring a couple ocean biomes. On to expansion pack 10 now. I had to cure a zombie villager so I could get like the lowest trade possible. So I locked this guy up, fed him to the beasts, waited for him to be cured, and then I bought a pumpkin. It was off to do the raid trophies. I made my way to a pillager outpost. Once I killed this captain dude, I got the trophy for killing the captain dude. Riveting gameplay right here. Once I killed him, I got the potion Bad Omen, which essentially just allows you to start a raid. After fighting off some pillagers, I killed a ravager and got a trophy. I killed some more pillagers. Once I finished the raid, I rang the bell, which also got me a trophy. So that was that expansion pack complete. On to expansion pack 11. This one had a bunch of really miscellaneous trophies, so we're just gonna kind of speed through them here. I made this contraption, and yeah, it got me a trophy. I then made this contraption, and that also got me a trophy. I pushed a piston with a piston and then pulled the piston with another piston to get a trophy for pistons. I killed and cooked a rabbit for another trophy. I bred a donkey and a horse for a trophy. I bought a map of a villager and went to its location for another trophy. And yeah, that was that expansion pack. Honestly, the most boring one so far. Anyway, on to expansion pack 12. This one was also pretty easy, to be honest. I extracted some honey from this beehive to get a trophy. I made a suspicious stew. I then logged in a second account and gave it this suspicious stew for another trophy. I made a honey block, and then once I slid down it, I got the final trophy for this expansion pack. The last 2 expansion packs have been very boring, so coming into expansion pack 13, it gets a little bit funner. I hit a straight bullseye for the trophy Bullseye, and then I was off to the nether. I traded with a piglin, and that got me the trophy Ooh, shiny. I then just dived head first into this bastion. I was mainly looking for a smithing template, and luckily I got it in this chest. This is because I was going to get full netherite armor, and that would unlock a trophy. In the meantime, I visited all biomes, and it got me hot tourist destination. I made a ton of beds because the bed netherite mining technique is honestly overpowered. So after getting all that I needed, I went home and made my armor. That got me covering in debris, which it ain't wrong. Onto expansion pack 14. I put a goat in a boat. I then flew down the coast. I made it float, and that got me a trophy. I deeply apologize for that. Onto my first most annoying trophy of this video. I had to find an axolotl and then team up with it in a fight. I cut out a large portion of finding this lush cave, but it took me hours to find one because even Chunkbase wasn't able to help me here. After searching for hours on end, I finally found this pink axolotl. I then had to let it free, and then I let it attack the drowned, and then once I hit the drowned as well, it let us team up and it got me the trophy. So much pain and misery in that trophy. I collected all the copper variants and I simply just waxed them all. I would then unwax them all, deoxidize them, and repeat for every single copper variant. That got me the trophy wax on, wax off. Onto expansion pack 15. I had to jump from the top of the world to the bottom of the world, so I made a giant gaping hole in the ground, simply pillared up to the sky, and I'll just let this play out here. Ain't that the most satisfying thing you've ever seen? Onto the world's weirdest trophy. I had to bring a villager up to sky height. I simply just made a massive pillar. I made a little platform in the sky, put down some ladders, and then if you push a villager in and you get underneath him, he kind of just floats up. After getting up here, I just had to trade with him for the trophy Star Trader. Being the great man I am, I decided to hit him off. I also mined it down because I know we will all have OCD over this. The next trophy I went for, I had to ride a strider across a 50-meter lava lake in the overworld. So since no one just has a 50-meter lava lake laying in their backyard, I had to kind of make one from scratch. Placing the lava took quite a while, to be honest. Anyway, I made a portal right at the entrance of it, got myself a little strider friend. The portal connected weirdly and I ended up at the wrong portal. So I kind of had to ride him all the way over to the lava lake. But yeah, after sprinting across it, I got this trophy. The last one for this expansion pack was playing a music disc in a meadow. This song kind of slapped, so I just kind of vibed in this field. Anyway, onto expansion pack 16. I killed a mob around the Sculpt Catalyst, which caused it to spread, and that got me a trophy. While setting up for the next trophy, I kind of noticed this Iron Golem was acting a bit weird. I don't know why bro was waddling like this. Anyway, for this next trophy, I had to make a cake. I went to a pillager outpost and found an alley. Once I gave it a cake and then put a cake on a note block, it just drops its own cake on the note block, which gets me the trophy birthday song. Till this day, I don't understand the mechanics, so don't try and ask me how this works. We're finally in the worst trophy territory. This trophy and another one coming up later on are some of the worst Minecraft experiences I've ever had. Let me try to explain this the best I can. This trophy is called With Our Powers Combined. It's simply just to obtain every frog light, and there's only 3 of them, so it can't be that hard, right? So basically, I had to go to a swamp, find 2 frogs, force them to breed with these stupid ass slime balls. Keep in mind I only had 6 of these, by the way. Once they bred, they laid a scoot. I then waited for this stupid scoot to grow. Once it grew, it hatched a little baby frog. As you can see, I got a couple more scoots going as well because I needed 3 of these frogs. So once I had a little baby frog, aka a tadpole, I picked them up with a water bucket, and then all 3 tadpoles I collected would have to be placed in a different biome. This is because when they would grow up, they would become 3 different frogs: a cold, a warm, and a hot. So I placed one in a warm biome, one in a cold biome, and one in a hot biome. I then painfully waited for it to grow up. Keep in mind, I waited painfully for all 3 frogs. Most Minecraft animals take up to 30 minutes for the baby to grow. I then had to get magma cubes. Yes, this trophy is weird. To obtain frog lights, you basically get frogs to eat magma cubes. So I placed another portal at all 3 locations. I got my frogs to eat the magma cubes, and then after this final frog ate it, I got all 3 frog lights in my inventory. But as you can see, no trophy is popping. My game decided that after all this pain I went through, it would decide to just glitch on me. After attempting solution after solution, finally, once I restarted the game, like for the 5th time, and loaded back on, it gave me this stupid trophy. I do not ever want to think about frogs ever again. I do not ever want to experience this ever again. I don't know why this game likes to make you wait so much. Okay, so after feeling my pain, we're finally onto expansion pack 17. Here lies the 2 worst trophies I think I've ever obtained in any video game ever. You thought the frog lights was bad? Just you wait. So, this first trophy that we will be talking about is to obtain 8 armor trims and apply them to your Minecraft armor. Every template spawns in a different structure, and each structure has a different loot table. So one structure might be like a 50% chance, but the next one might have like a 10% chance of getting the smithing template. So I searched 2 woodland mansions for this Vex armor trim. I searched 3 nether fortresses for this rib armor trim. I wish I could show how many elder guardians I killed for this armor trim. And as you can see here, I had 6 out of the 8 because I already obtained the ones from the ancient ruins. But then the final armor trims I needed for this stupid trophy were in these structures called trail ruins. Essentially, in one of the newest Minecraft updates, they added these structures where you dig around, and once you find these cracked bits of gravel, you brush it and you get a random item out of it. You can get up to 4 armor trims, and each suspicious gravel you dig has up to a 10% chance of spawning one of these. So you do not understand how much suspicious gravel I have brushed in my lifetime. This took days off my lifespan, and I'm never getting it back. So yeah, I got all 4 armor trims. The reason I had to get 4 and not just 2 was because the trophy was a little bit glitched, and because they added new armor trims into the game, you had to get more than 8. So that's just fantastic. Anyway, after taking days off my lifespan, I finally applied all these stupid armor trims and got this trophy. I then made a decorated pot for another trophy. Who cares at this point? Because then I got another one of the worst trophies I've ever gone for. This expansion pack's evil. I don't know what they did. This trophy was for planting any sniffer seed. To get a sniffer seed, you need a sniffer, and to get a sniffer, you need a sniffer egg. To get a sniffer egg, you need to brush Suspicious sand. I nearly called it quits, but I just decided to make a new world with a seed where I knew it had a sniffer egg. So after making a brush in this new world, getting this sniffer egg, there was actually 2 in this seed, which is, doesn't really matter. I then had to wait for this egg to hatch, which takes 30 minutes. I then had to wait for this stupid green blob to grow up. Again, another 30 minutes. I then had to wait some more and wait for it to sniff the grass, I guess, and then that gets you a seed, and then finally I planted it for this stupid trophy. So after taking days off my life with that expansion pack, we're finally on to one of the fun ones. Expansion pack 18 is all about the trial chambers, so I looked up where a trial chamber was on Chunk Base. Now the way these things work is there's these different mob cages in each one, and you have a chance of spawning a key. You can then use this key on a vault to get a random amount of loot. One item that you can get is these ominous bottles, and then if you drink that ominous bottle, it essentially resets these cages and it makes them a little bit harder, but your reward for doing it is you can get an ominous key, and then using this ominous key you can unlock an ominous chest, and that gets you the trophy revolting. After defeating another couple ominous cages, I got another ominous key and I got this heavy core. Now the heavy core is used to make a mace, and with this mace I fell from 50 meters so that I could get this trophy over overkill, which was for dealing 50 hearts of damage with a mace. And then to end off this expansion pack, I made this crafter. I know, very confusing. And then I simply just bounced up in the air with this wind charge, and that got me this trophy. On to the final expansion pack before the last expansion pack. This is expansion pack 19, and it's literally one trophy, and it's based around the new update where there's this new biome with this new mob, and once you break his little heart thing and you place it down yourself, you get this trophy. So that was a breath of fresh air from the previous annoying trophies. Now, like I said at the start of the video, I was saving expansion pack 1 for the end. This is because I just, it'd be a cool ending, because in this expansion pack I have to defeat the Wither. But before that, there were a couple more miscellaneous trophies in this pack. I made a seed to get a golden apple and eat it because I was not about to go explore an ancient city for 5 years to go find one. That got me overpowered. I then dyed a full suit of leather armor, which got me another trophy, and then I jumped off a high structure and bounced on a slime block. That got me this trophy. But now it's time. There were 3 trophies left. I have to spawn the Wither, kill the Wither, and then make a full powered beacon. So I started off by getting the Wither skeleton skulls. This wasn't too hard because I already had 2 of them. I then prepared for this Wither fight. If you didn't know, on Minecraft Bedrock, the Wither is so much harder for some reason than Java Edition, especially on hard mode, which I exclusively play on. So I made some strength potions, made sure I had milk and totems of undying. I then went down underground to Bedrock, made a little room, and then I spawned in the Wither. Immediately I drank my strength potion. I got to work with my bow, piercing him with my piercing rounds. That's capped, there's no piercing rounds in this game. I just kind of kept my distance because you'll see later on that when you go up close, it gets dangerous. After getting him to stage 2, he literally explodes in front of you, and that's why I needed the totem of undying, because I instantly got to 1 heart. In this phase, you can't shoot him with your bow, so you just have to go for a sword kill. Also, look at this move. Like, what is bro doing? I then took another couple lethal shots with my sword. It only took him running away for like 4 years for me to finally catch up to him and stab the final blow. That unlocked the second to last trophy, the beginning. I grabbed my nether star. It was time to make a fully powered beacon and be done with this 100%. Using all the iron from the iron farm, I made 2 stacks of iron blocks. I scattered out a location to make this beacon. I started placing in the blocks. I somehow did not have enough iron, so I had to use some more gold that I had. I also had to use a couple of diamond blocks, but I think that's more of a flex. I placed in the final gold layer on top. I just took it in for a second, all the trials and tribulations, the frog lights, the smithing templates, the sniffer eggs, and killing the Wither. All of this led to the trophy Beaconator and the final 100%. Thank you for watching this little 2-parter series. I will be making more platinum videos, so comment some suggestions if you have any. Anyway, get me off this game, god damn it.